Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. Now I am still here at Porsche Mechanicsburg on the Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, PA. Just did my review of the Maserati right there, but I am still in the building. I got something really special here. This is another brand of vehicle that I do not see very often. This is a 2017 Bentley Bentega. This was Bentley's first ever SUV. When this came out, this was the fastest, most powerful SUV in the world. Now it's sort of been supplanted by, Lamborghini Uruses and RSQ8s and all the Tesla electric cars. But this thing has a 6-liter twin turbo W12. This is a 12-cylinder beautiful SUV from England. It's on sale here at Porsche Mechanicsburg for about $130,000, which is over $100,000 less than what this thing was when it was brand new back in 17. But this thing just is very classy, very gorgeous. The interior is probably one of the nicest interiors of any car I've ever been in, definitely including that Rolls-Royce. But let's take a look at the Bentley Bentega. Let's talk about the styling of the Bentega now, just to get a size reference next to my Bronco here. Now this car is essentially on the same platform as an Audi Q7, Audi under the umbrella of the same company as Bentley under Volkswagen Auto Group, VAG. But yeah, this thing just looks pretty fantastic. Now the styling is very similar front and back to the Bentley Continental GT, which has been around since the early 2000s, but that's the more two-door coupe. But this thing is just beautiful with all the chrome and there's the flying bee, the gorgeous Bentley badge right there, nice little crystal design of the headlights. It says Bentley right there. Now this looks exactly like the Continental GT, but that's sort of been a legendary GT from England. It's been around for a long time, but this thing is big. It does not have a third row, but it just looks fantastic. I mean, the ride, I really wanted to check one of these out just to see how well it drove, because it's got to be just endlessly buttery smooth. But there is the front grille and the side. Now you do have the big, huge Pirelli tires with these brake calipers are huge. Nice big 21-inch rims and tires. There's a nice little B in the sort of side grille right there. But moving around now, this comes from an era of cars that had just chrome everywhere, and I think it fits really well. You got this sort of design element on the bottom there. You've got chrome going around the windows right there. So moving around to the back, now this is more typical Bentley styling. I mean, I'm not gonna say this is like a classically beautiful SUV, but Bentley has been known to have the wide sort of oval shaped tailpipes to fit that big W12 and all the stuff that comes out of there. But anyway, this is just, this car was even out before the Rolls-Royce Cullinan came out. So this was sort of the premium English, more than like a Range Rover. This thing is way nicer than a Range Rover in my opinion. Yeah, it just sort of looks pretty good. The styling is nice. It does have the big panoramic sunroof right there, but the sort of piece de resistance is the engine, the W12 engine. So let's take a look at that. All right, now I thought the grille would go up with the hood like the Continental GT does, but just look at this thing right there. 6-liter twin turbo W12. It's not in range like a V. It sort of has more of a W shape of the cylinders. But yeah, 600 horsepower, 664 foot-pounds of torque. Now they say that this car is just about as fast as a Corvette ZR1 of the time. I mean, we're talking like under 4 seconds 0 to 60 in a huge heavy SUV like that. So at the time, like I said, this was the fastest SUV in the world before all the, let's say, Mercedes-Benz G65s and the Range Rover SVRs. 2017 was sort of that era where you didn't have lots of electric cars yet, and obviously those are faster than this, but that is just gorgeous right there. There's the oil right there. I like the plaques here. Bentley recommends Mobil 1 oil. But yeah, this is a thing of beauty, and like I said before in many other videos, the V12 or the W12 is a dying breed. We know all the Lamborghini Aventadors will have hybrids, but the V12s without hybrid or battery power is definitely a thing of the past. So yeah, that thing is pretty gorgeous. Now before we take a look at the interior, which is equally as gorgeous, let's take a look at the trunk. All right, before we open up the trunk, it is hard to convey to you how heavy and how glorious this key is right here. You've got the nice Bentley B on the back, but this is easily one of the heaviest keys that I've ever held in my hands. But let's just open up the trunk right there. Click and hold. Now this better be automatic if you're gonna buy a Bentley. But yeah, just look at this material. I think when I did that Rolls Royce, that was like the nicest carpet that I'd ever felt on an SUV, but this is equally just as... Now, I just mentioned about the carpet. I'm gonna put the heavy key right there, but this is absolutely huge. I mean, like I said, the bones of an Audi Q7. The space is very nice. I like this little tonneau cover that you can sort of disconnect right there, but it just looks good. Now, the interior is like a tan and blue combination, which I'll show when we get up front, but this is, as you can see, very quality. Nice sort of quilted. You'll see that quilts is like a theme when we go on the inside. So now let's take a look at the beautiful interior. Just check this out. I mean, just look at the two-tone leather. This is like a tan leather with the blue plus the sort of dark sort of burled wood right there. There's the stitching on the door. I mean, that is just awesome. And this is a 2017, so imagine what a 2022, you know, Bentayga Speed or Bentayga GT really feels like. Absolutely awesome. Now, definitely gonna start it up because it is 1,000 degrees out today. Now here's your start button right in the middle. Here we go. Yep, there's that W12. So this just feels like absolutely like the nicest interior that I have ever felt. Now, just starting off, look at this steering wheel. This is just absolutely gorgeous. You've got chrome, you've got the nice stitching on the underside, you've got sort of two-tone with the leather color that goes along with everything. I mean, this is pretty much, I want to say, the nicest SUV interior I've ever been in. That Rolls Royce that I did a video with last year was equally as nice, but just look at the quality. This is sort of how you control everything. Now, there is a Breitling timepiece. No, that's a Bentley timepiece right there. That's... You know, if you have an analog clock in your car, you know you're sophisticated. But these vents just feel so nice. I mean, you can move them around like that. The steering wheel feels nice. These paddle shifts just feel like nice metal. Now, this is a typical look of a Bentley dashboard right here. The tachometer on the left, your speedometer on the right. Now, this car being from 17, it is 5 years old, but lots of stuff right there. Now, this sort of feels like Audi right here. These sort of buttons right there, but that is definitely a cousin to this car. You got your nav screen in the middle, can go over a bunch of different things. Now, if you're in the market for an SUV like this, you obviously are looking for something that looks good, but is classy and elegant and comfortable. And I can already say, just been sitting in this car for about 5 minutes, this is like the most comfortable seat I've been in a long time. It has the quilted leather. Everything just feels classy. I feel like my personal self-worth has risen just being in the presence of this car. It feels great. I don't have any gripes about this, but lots of cows died to be in the leather in this car, but you cannot have any complaints about this right here, other than it might just be showing its age a little bit, being a car that's over 5 years old by now. But this is just quality and English craftsmanship. I feel like I want to go to Wimbledon, you know, have some strawberries and cream and the trunk of my Bentayga. But yeah, you've got the dual pane sunroof right there, but the speedometer goes up to 200 miles an hour. I mean, you definitely feel like you're in the presence of something special, and I think it is. I think the interior styling is definitely better than the exterior styling. I don't think it's like a classically gorgeous like SUV, sort of like the Cullinan. I think the Cullinan is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. That thing probably just has a presence. I've never really been around one of them, but this interior is really something special. Now just look down at the pedals. Those are like nice machined aluminum. I mean, look at this shifter right here. This is the shifter, but look at this sort of nice little detail on the top there. I don't know if that is done, somebody had that done custom, but you have, I said before, you have your start button right here, but there's also lots of different drive modes here. You got Sport, Bentley, Comfort, Custom, I guess, Snow, Wilderness, Desert. How many people that buy a Bentayga are going to take this like off-roading? I guess you could, but I don't know exactly that you will. There is your suspension right there. I think this has the air suspension that you can drop up and down. But yeah, everything is quality. Nice little quilting. Yeah, but just look at the quilting on the doors, the quilting on the seats, and that beautiful embroidered Bentley logo. I mean, this is, I'm gonna keep saying it, this is a quality place to be. So now let's take a look at the back seat. All right, let's continue the theme of class going into the back seat. Now this back seat is actually huge. I know the Audi Q7 that this is based on is not a small car, but this feels like a little bit more space than a Q7. There's the beautiful, you know, quilted carpets. Get a nice look at the interior right there. I mean, this is awesome. There's just buttons everywhere. I don't know if you just hang something from that, but you get the same beautiful quilted leather and the wood. Yeah, not much to report back here other than it is a super nice place to be. Now, when I do my car reviews, I always try to think of like competitors to this. Now, this is a 2017, so it's about 5 years old. But what else could you buy that would sort of be in the realm of pricing for this? And it is not much. I mean, a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, I don't think you can get into one of those for at least $350,000, and this one is a 5-year-old example for about $130,000, which is a lot of money. But this is a freaking Bentley, people. This is luxury and comfort to the max. So I can't really think of, I guess a Porsche Cayenne, I don't know, but that's just a different car altogether. This is more for comfort and speed, and that is more sporty. I don't know, I'm kind of drawing a blank. I guess maybe a Mercedes GLS that has luxury, but that's also fast as well. Yeah, you got the screens down below. I mean, you're getting a lot of car for your money when you do this. And if you're interested in a car like this, you can buy this bad boy from Porsche Mechanicsburg right here on the Carlisle Pike in Mechanicsburg, PA. Let's wrap this up and get this bad boy out on the road. Now this is gonna wrap up my just quick walk around of a 2017 Bentley Bentega. Just like the Maserati that I looked at earlier, I don't see these very often. I don't know if I've ever seen a Bentega on the Carlisle Pike or anywhere in Mechanicsburg. So I love poking around cars that you don't see very often and giving my take on them. So if you are a distinguished lord or lady and you are looking for a luxury, comfortable SUV, don't forget to check out my buddies here at Porsche Mechanicsburg at this 2017 Bentley Bentega. Definitely the nicest SUV interior I have ever been in, and it's even 5 years old. So we're gonna get it out on the road, and I am so curious to see how this thing rides as a comfortable daily driver that also has a huge ass V12. So if you like car reviews like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GemmyD on Cars. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on the next one. See ya.